everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to my kitchen once again. I'm really excited today because I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite Portuguese recipes. And this is one that my entire family absolutely adores. So I hope you guys are ready, and I wish you could smell it because it's one of those that's going to smell so good in here, and I wish you all could see it. So let's see, we start with beef. And you know, I am big on quick and easy recipes that are packed with flavor. And in order to get those recipes that, you know, don't require a lot of work, don't require a lot of tenderizing or anything, always look for your the best beef that you possibly can. So I always look for certified Angus beef. We happen to have Wildfields that's here locally, and I am big on, you know what, make friends with your butcher, because you would be amazed what they will do for you if you just, you know, friend them and ask them. So as you can see here, so I asked my butcher because I'm all about quick and easy, you know, weekday supper and Sunday supper recipes. So I asked for small cubes, and look, they did a fantastic job with those small cubes. So all that this is I usually let it, you know, coat it with either Portuguese or Spanish paprika, so it's a little bit different than the Polish or Hungarian paprika. It's a little bit sweeter, and all I do is just mix it up and let it sit in the fridge for an hour, or if you're at work all day, you know what, just let it sit all day, and then when you come back, it'll have like a really nice coating on it. So paprika is huge in Portugal. It's on almost every dish, so you know what, it has to go on this, and it gives it the meat such a nice flavor.
Monica says it looks like some really good meat.
Oh, thanks, Monica. It really is. I love certified Angus beef, and you know, to me it's like I look for their logo because I know that it's going to be quality beef and I'm not going to have to do much to it. So all I did was heat up a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to go ahead.
I love the sizzle.
Yes. So this is about a pound of beef, and like I said, it is, you know, sliced, you know, into smaller cubes, because again, I just want to get home and get dinner on the table that's delicious, nutritious for my family, and that they will love. So this is truly, I'm not kidding, I think it might be our all-time favorite family recipe, and Vava made it all the time, so I use her recipe. I can remember as a little girl, my grandmother made it all the time, so it is one of those that, you know, everyone in our family loves. Do you guys have one of those recipes? What are some of your family favorite recipes?
Liz says the sizzling sound of beef is music to her ears.
I agree with you. Is there anything better?
Cindy says that certified Angus beef is the best.
Oh, I agree. Honestly, I go to our Wildfields, and the butcher is so awesome there. He will do literally anything I ask him. I mean, whether it's beef or, you know, chicken, he will pound my chicken breast, and just, you know, you're just getting such great quality when you use certified Angus beef.
Jessica says she bets it smells delicious. It does. It smells real good in here.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And here's the thing, it's gonna get even better. So, as you all know, I'm big on chorizo. I've talked about this on a couple of my other Facebook Lives, and always look for, instead of the Mexican chorizo, look for, you know, the Spanish, the chorizo casero, which is the Portuguese version. So it is harder, and a little bit just goes such a long way. So quick tip with chorizo, you always want to take the casing off. And a lot of people don't do that, and I think I've shared this tip before, but for those of you who haven't watched my other videos, you always want to take that hard casing off because it makes it a little bit chewy if you don't. So you take that off, and then you just go ahead and you slice up your chorizo into thin slices like so. And eat them. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and check on my beef. And I already sliced up 2 of these little chorizo casero, which is the Portuguese version. And I'm going to go ahead and add them to my beef. And wait, now this will really start smelling incredible.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Who else is excited about this dish?
So as you can see, super easy. And what I love about this is you could serve it with Portuguese rice, which I do quite a bit, or it's also really good with like little fingerling potatoes or potatoes that you cut up and then you bake with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper. It's delicious over both. So, again, just really super easy things.
What's Portuguese rice?
So Portuguese rice, if you go to familyfoodie.com, the full recipe is there. It is the simplest way to make rice. I'm not kidding. You bring it to a boil, you put the rice in, you put in one whole onion, and then you cover it and you simmer it. And the rice turns out perfect every time. Now I like to say that my Portuguese rice is really good, but I have to tell you guys, Vovó's rice, no one can make it like her. We can't figure out what she does different.
We got some family recipes coming in. We've got spaghetti and clam sauce.
Oh, yum. Oh, I need that recipe. Who made that?
That was me.
Awesome.
And then we've also got some shepherd's pie, which sounds perfect for St. Patrick's Day coming up.
Absolutely. And can you believe I have never made a shepherd's pie? I'm married to someone who's Irish. What's wrong with me? I tell you, I'm a little partial to Portuguese recipes. What can I say?
Well, that was Monica's family favorite. Maybe she'll share the recipe with you.
Oh, I would love that. Absolutely. And can you guys see, Cricket, can you just show them a little bit? Like, you'll see how just by adding the chorizo, you're already getting a delicious sauce in there. That sauce is such a great base to your sauce. So you want to get it to the point that the chorizo are starting to crisp up a little bit, and the beef is pretty much, cooked through at this point. Then we're going to add, and you could either do 3 garlic cloves minced, or, again, I'm a busy mom, I'm all about the ease, just, add some of the, pre-chopped garlic if you would like. Like I said, when I have time, I use this. When, I'm in a rush and I have to get boys to football practice, I use this. So, either way works fine, honestly. So then you're going to, just work that garlic into it, mix it around with a wooden spoon, try to get it coated on all the pieces. And here's another great tip that I love. So I learned, and I can't remember who I learned this from, but it's always great to season your meat after it's been cooked a little bit. So a lot of people will put like the salt on it beforehand. I never do. I always wait till this point, right? So there's a little bit of olive oil in there, a little bit of the sauce from the chorizo, and now we're going to take the salt, and at this point is when I like to season. Does anybody else do that, or what are your tips for seasoning?
Christy just joined us. Thank you for joining us, Christy.
Hi, Christy. How are you? Sharing one of my favorite family recipes.
She says she loves her some chorizo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And how good does it smell now, Cricket?
Oh, so good. Jessica says that her family favorite recipe is chicken and dumplings.
Oh, nice. You know what? That's something else I've never made. Can you believe that? Okay, so this sauce looks incredible as it is. And as you could see, the chorizo is crispy now, and also the meat is cooked. So here's the last little secret. So we're going to go ahead and pour some white wine in there. About a cup or so, or 2, and then we're going to continue to cook that a little bit until we cook it down. And oh my goodness, this sauce, so make sure that you have like a super, crispy bread, because I'm not kidding. The combination of chorizo, white wine, and garlic is to die for. It is like unbelievable. So make sure you definitely, if you serve it over rice, it's fantastic. Try my Portuguese rice. It goes really well with it. If you serve it over potatoes, that's awesome too. But I'm telling you,
Cindy said it would be good with some fingerling Idaho potatoes.
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of times I'll cut the potatoes in half or in 4, and just olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper pop them in the oven while this is cooking because the fingerlings, cook fairly quickly. And all that I do is when this is done, you pour it over the crispy potatoes and it's just fantastic. So I would highly recommend, either of those because they go so well with this dish. And, whether the potatoes or the rice, they just absorb this delicious sauce.
Christy said that her tip for seasoning is to sprinkle the salt from high up in the air so that it covers everything evenly. Oh,
that's a great tip. I never thought about that. I'm going to have to try that. So, Christy, my next Facebook Live, I will be sharing that tip. Who else has some other great tips for me?
And Sarah just joined us. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I'm all about the chorizo today. So good.
Cindy says that she bet it tastes great the next day if you have any left over.
You know what? That is a fantastic tip. So this is something that the flavor actually gets a little bit more intense. So if you do have time or if you have, company, this is a dish that I make for company all the time. It goes over so well. So if you have company that you're doing, I would say this is such a fantastic dish that you can prep everything, cook it the day before, and then just heat it up or even put it in the oven. It is awesome. Like, you won't miss a thing, and your company you will wow them.
Lisa says that it would be great with the bread from the Portuguese bakeries up in Newark.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know if you guys knew, but when I was born in Portugal, when I first came over to the United States, we lived in Newark, New Jersey. The best restaurants, the best bakeries, and the papsicos, which are the small Portuguese rolls. Oh my gosh, so perfect for this. I'm a little bit sad because sadly in Florida, we don't get Portuguese rolls, but I'm so jealous for those of you who can, and if you've never tried one, you gotta try one, especially with a Portuguese dish like this.
Sarah's loving the sizzling of the beef. We'll go in again so she can get
yes.
that look. Yum.
So how many minutes was that? Dinner is ready. You will have a fantastic sauce and honestly just a delicious, mouth-watering dish. Try to grab a little bit of the beef and a little bit of the chorizo together. Incredible flavor. And like I said, make friends with your butcher. I love my butcher at our local Wild Fields. He cuts the certified Angus beef for me any way that I can, and it just guarantees that my recipes truly have the best beef and are going to taste delicious. So does anyone have any more questions for me?
Well, Jessica says that they were going to do pizza for dinner, but now she's rethinking that. Yeah. So yeah, I think this might
literally,
look better.
Right? Imagine.
It's been 13 minutes and it's ready to go.
Yep, it's ready to go, and that is it. I mean, it really is that simple. And like I said, a great dish that will reheat so well, especially if you want to, do a couple of batches and serve it for a holiday party or Sunday supper if you have a larger crowd. I've even done this for some of the boys' football teams and their friends because it's so easy to make, and it's a great dish that I can reheat.
All right, we don't seem to have a lot of questions, just a lot of people loving this beef dinner, which
I
agree
thank you
with.
so much. Thank you so much for joining me again. I will see you guys next week. What are we making next week, Cricket?
We are making corned beef and cabbage sliders.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, I can't wait for those. I'm really excited to try those. Believe it or not, it will be my first time making a corned beef. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. But I thought, you know what? I'm big on if you're going to make, that beef, let's give it some legs and let's extend it and make some more meals. So I think my boys will really like the sliders. And join us tonight on Twitter at 7 o'clock. We will be live, #Sunday Supper. We are showing you different recipes for Florida strawberries. So it's almost the end of the Florida strawberry season. I love Florida strawberries, so I freeze them and use them throughout, the off season. So I'm a little obsessed with strawberry smoothie bowls. So that's my recipe if you want to look on familyfoodie.com. And then also join us tonight, #Sunday Supper on Twitter at 7 p.m. Thanks so much, everyone. See you next week.